The question says we should analyze this question. Okay, this information given to us, Waec 1995, and these are items of trading profits and loss accounts with balance sheets. We have some balance sheet items there as well. So we are asked to, the requirement is to calculate the cost of goods sold, the net profit percentage, current ratio, working capital, and gross profit percentage. So how do we go about this? Solution. So the first one is to calculate the cost of goods sold. Okay, so I can say cost of goods sold. So that is I have to bring back my opening stock. Okay, so my opening stock, I'm having the question is 20,000. Okay, 20,000 naira. So I had my purchases from the question, so which is 25,000 naira. So when I add it, I have 45,000. So this one is the cost of goods available for sale. So I will less my closing stock from it. Okay, so my closing stock. So when I less it, 30,000. Okay, which is this. Okay, so what I'm having is cost of good sold, which is the first one. Cost of good sold. Okay, that is number one. So the next one is to calculate the net profit. So net profit, how do we determine net profit? So that means we need to figure out our gross profit and minus our expenses from gross profit. So we can say, to determine this, we can say our gross profit, okay, minus expenses. Okay, that gives us our net profit. So for gross profit, to determine our gross profit, because we don't have anything like gross profit in the question, so we have to determine our gross profit. So how do we do that? We have to minus our cost of goods sold from sales. Okay, so our gross profit will gives us sales, okay, which is 45,000 naira, which is our sales. Okay, we are trying to determine gross profit, sales with less cost of goods sold from it, which is 15,000 naira. So by the time you less this, you have 30,000 naira. So these are our gross profits. Okay, our gross profit. So since we have done our gross profit to be 30,000 naira, so I can easily deduct my expense. Okay, so from the question here, the total expenses here is 15,000. So I'll say minus 15,000. So here I have 15,000 naira as net profit to be 15,000. So the third one is to calculate net profit percentage. Okay, net profit percentage. Okay, so how did I do that? So I will express my net profit, okay, as a ratio of sales, which is 45,000. Okay, and multiply it by 100%. So when I do this, I have here 1/3 times 100%. So when you divide this, 100 divided by 3, you should be having 33.33%. So when you use a calculator, you get something like this. So the next one is to determine our current ratio, which is number 4. So our current ratio, to do that, so we have to say number 4, current ratio, which is current ratio. So to do this, it means our current assets, okay, current assets divided by current liabilities is our current ratio. Okay, so in the question here, our current assets here should be closing stock and debtors. Okay, so these are the two values for our current assets. So by the time we say closing stock, which is 30,000 plus 10,000, okay, plus 10,000 divided by our current liabilities, okay, given that we are owing, okay, and those things, so we have just 5,000. That is only item of current liability here, so we have 5,000. Okay, so by the time we solve this, we have 40,000 okay, divided by 5. So here we have 8. Okay, let's say 8:1. So this one is telling us the company is having 8 more of current assets than the current liability. That's what this current ratio implies. Okay, so we have number 5 to be working capital. Okay, so working capital implies working capital can say current assets minus current liability. Okay, day-to-day cash using running the business is our working capital. So for current assets, what we arrive to is 40,000 is our current asset minus our current liability is our 5,000, which is just the creditor we're having. So when we subtract this from here, we have 35,000. Okay, that's for our current ratio. Okay, so we have determined our working capital. Okay, number 6 is to determine the gross profit percentage, and we have figured out our, that is number item 6. So our gross profit is 30,000 naira. Okay, our sales gross profit percentage, you expect it as a ratio of sales, which is 45,000. Okay, times 100% over 1. So when you do this, you have here 1/15. Okay, so when we use our calculator, when we press it with our calculator, we'll be having 66.67% for our gross profit percentage. So these are attending to the questions like this. Thank you very much.